Okay, it's okay. Okay, classy. Okay. Hi, Crystal. Crystal, can you hear me? I can't hear very well. I can hear the background, not you, but okay. Hello, Crystal, can you hear me? Crystal, there's a lot of noise. I can mute you, but I'd like to see if you can fix that. So in case you'd like to have any questions, so this is fine because I'm recording the meeting. So for the other students, they are looking at this. So, okay, I think this is good now. Can you hear me, Crystal?
Yeah, I think so. I had to figure it out.
So I can see you, I can hear you. I believe everything is good in your side.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Anyone here is in from Brandon is my crack, April, Crystal, Fayron. I believe you are in Dr. Azar's class, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, perfect. Okay, welcome to the meeting.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay, officially we have 7 minutes to start. Before officially start the meeting, is there any other question here? I'm ready to answer. Okay, if not, I'm gonna go and work on this, and then because with the new platform we have only 30 minutes for the first meeting, so I'm gonna start at 5 and finish at 5:30, then start the second meeting at 5:35, finish on 6:05, and then the last meeting is gonna start on 6:05 till 6:35. So the last meeting is for all of the question. After my presentation, any other question related to the class? But okay. I'm gonna go and mute all of you. I will back in 5 minutes, but the meeting in the platform is open for any, if anyone else join us. So I'm gonna mute all of you and be back very short. Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay, all of you are on mute. Admit all. I see two other people join us. Dr. Azadi. Hello, Dr. Azadi. Okay. I can see April. I'm gonna mute you, April. Okay. Ryan, can you hear me? Hello, Ryan. Okay. Okay, class, can you see my PowerPoint? I like to see everyone can see my screen. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, Chris, great.
You want to watch a movie? Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Azad, are you here? Can you see me or can you hear me? I don't. Okay. Dr. Azad, I can't see you. I can't hear you. Hopefully you can find a way to fix this issue. I see Brandon is here. Okay. Admit. Okay, so okay.
Hello,
Hi, who is this?
this is April.
Hi, April.
Hello.
Welcome to the session. Okay. Okay, we are about 1 minute away from our meeting officially to start. I'm gonna go and start this. Before I start, let me confirm one more time. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. And this screen shows HMGT 400 research and data analysis in healthcare, live session number 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, class, welcome to the live session. I'm gonna go and officially start this, and thank you for all of you for being here. In this live session, I'm gonna cover 3 different areas. First of all, I'm gonna go through the team project and the requirement for the team, some kind of guideline over there, and then after that, I will discuss on the individual assignment number 2, and for the last part of this session, we have a question and answer. So if you have any question during my presentation, this is okay to ask, but I consider 30 minutes for the question and answer. Probably it can help us to just manage the time much better. So anyhow, if you have any question and it's a short question during my presentation, this is okay to ask, or need more clarification for a specific topic, that's fine. But we have discussion at the very end of this session. Also, the Zoom session just gave me only 30 minutes for talk. So we're gonna have 3 different meetings back to back. So I'm gonna finish this meeting, probably automatically will finish at 5:30, and then using the same link you already have, you can connect with a second live session and then the third one. So this is the first time I'm using this Zoom. Actually, the UMUC just changed the platform, so hopefully we don't face any kind of technical difficulties. Okay, let's go with by the way, I see most of the students here are from my class. Only one of them is from the Kurazuri class. Okay, let me, I don't know, something happened. I have to submit everyone here. Also Takina is from the other class. You know, for the clarification, if you have any question, you know, any kind of decision for your course, for example, if you want to extend for my class, I have probably different rules with the other class. For example, for the exercise, you have extension with my class, but for your class, please discuss with your instruction. And for any other reason, this is okay too. All the classes are following the same issue, but I'm gonna mute you, Takina. Okay. So, okay, so this is it. Team project. Let me go directly to the team project. For the team project, there is instruction. Let me show you the instruction. I believe all of you have this instruction, right? All of you have this instruction, correct?
Correct. And am I supposed to see your screen moving?
Okay, can you see my screen now? This is hello class.
It just says HMGT 400. It's on.
Oh, it didn't show. Okay, that's interesting. That each
but
time.
I can see everyone video.
Okay, let me mute all of you here. So I'm gonna have unmute all. Okay. More mute all. Okay. I have to mute all of you class, sorry. So I'm gonna unmute later. Okay. Continue, all of the partition will be muted. Continue, yes, but okay. Let's move to this. Someone please confirm that you can see this. If not, I have to minimize everything. Can you see this?
It's a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah. Oh, it's still a PowerPoint. Okay. Can you see this? I believe I have to share again.
It's still the same PowerPoint.
Changed?
It's changing now.
Changing.
Okay. You can see this, correct? This is the instruction.
It's still the PowerPoint that says HMGT 400.
Wow, that's interesting. New share. Let me share this. This is it. Can you see this one now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. April, can you mute your computer, please?
Sure.
Takina also. No, not April. Sorry, April. Takina.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like to see your feedback from here. So I like to, if I mute all of you, it's not possible to see your feedback. So I need to make sure that. So this is the team instruction. So anyone can see that's correct?
Correct.
Okay. You know, the first, the team project has 5 main sections. The first section is an introduction. The introduction discussing about the topic. I don't expect it to see more than 2 or 3 paragraphs for instruction, for the introduction. Then it's almost a page. Then you're gonna go to the literature review. For the literature review, you need to find 3 till 5 articles around the topic, not exactly as topic, because the literature review is just to give you some guideline to see how to, how to discuss on your topic. For example, if you are working with acute and non-acute care in, for example, the Minnesota data, I don't expect you just find exactly the same acute and non-acute care in Minnesota. You can find acute care in any other states. You can discuss non-acute care. You can discuss an admission in the hospital. It's kind of this literature. And for the literature review, because you already, I have some noise in background. Who is this? Okay. Because you already finished the first individual assignment, so you know how to summarize every literature. So the literature is going to be 5 main sections for each article you are working with, that introduction, research and method, including the data, methodology, and then you're going to discuss a result, a short discussion, and then conclusion of that paper. So you're going to have, if you are working with 3 articles, you're going to have 3 papers. There's a lot of noise in background. I don't know who, but please mute. Okay. Then, so you're going to have 1 introduction. You're going to have 3 till 5, depends on number of people are working on the literature. And then after that, you're going to go to the analysis part. The analysis part is the most important part of this assignment. In my class, it's almost worth more than 65% of your grade. For the analysis part, I expect you to just introduce your data set. For example, if you are working with Minnesota data, I do expect you to just discuss 1, 2 to 3 lines about the data set, type of variable you have, and the data set time and kind of publication, who published this data, some kind of this information. And then you need to go to the method section. In the method section, you need to discuss on type of test you are using, why you are using that kind of test. I do expect most of you are using t-test. So you can go ahead and search the t-test, because the RStudio, if you are working RStudio, most of the classes working RStudio, the type of t-test that perform in RStudio is Welch t-test. So this is the t-test. Let me run one thing, so I need to share again here. Let me go back here to this. I believe I need to new share. Okay, probably you are seeing my RStudio, correct? Someone please confirm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if you are working with RStudio, so let's go and run a t-test. For example, this is the t-test from week 2 exercise. As you see here, the RStudio will use Welch 2 sample t-test. I do expect you to just discuss on Welch 2 sample t-test. Not a lot, but 1, 2, 3 lines, that's enough to just make sure you know what are you doing, why you are doing the t-test. And then when you have, okay, also I provide some kind of a master code. In the master codes, I provide you kind of plots. I do expect you to see the plot. I like to check the density plot, at least see the distribution of your codes. I'm giving you an example from the last class. For example, one of the groups include the total, because if you are working with Minnesota data, at the end, very end, the last row, you can see the summary of all the states. And then if you include that in the analysis, you're going to see very big outliers. So I do expect you to look at the box plot or density plot and recognize that, remove that, and then do the analysis. So for that reason, you need also to look at the density plots. So now you have introduction, you have the literature, you have the research methods. So then you need to go and discuss your finding. I believe I learned about this. Each time I want to go to the other document, I have to share, new share. And this is the vulnerability of this platform. It should be automatically go to the next page. So now I'm in the team instruction. Then you will have a table of list of table variables you are using. For example, most of the group are using 2 variables, 3 variables, not more than 3 variables. So I do expect you to just define the variable. For example, if you are working with acute and non-acute care, so you're going to say acute care, this is the variable that's in the data set that this is the numeric variable first. Definition, acute care is a variable that showed in total number of admission for acute care. Description of code is a numeric. Source of code is the Minnesota data, and year of publication, I believe the Minnesota is for 2012. The same for non-acute care. And then you know, the academic paper, you should reference everything you have. If someone look at your paper, need to know, okay, what is the source of your data? So then you can look at this. I see someone is waiting. Look at this and then just add a source. The source of this, for example, I put it here, AHA 2013, but if you are working with Minnesota data, you can say Minnesota 2012, or if you are working with Medicare national data by county, you're gonna have source as this. And then you will have exactly the same table. I believe in the platform, in the instruction I shared with you, I add one more table here, and that table discuss about the n, mean and standard deviation, I believe so, and the p-value, something like this. So you're gonna have variable number 1, variable number 2. You will need to report the number of observation, mean, standard deviation, and then the result for the p-value, the result for the t-test. Something like this. Also make sure, because you have 2 population only, you only have 1 p-value. Sometimes the student run 2 times and give 2 different t-tests. Doesn't make any sense. You only have 1 t-test if you are working with 2 population. If you are working with 3 population, you only have even 1 p-value for the ANOVA test. If you have 4 or 5 population, even is the same p-value, you have 1 p-value, because with more than 2 population, you will use ANOVA, and the ANOVA give you p-value for more than 2 population up to 5, but it's okay. You can go further. You can just even go use chi-square with more than 5 population, or the ANOVA, even if data normally distributed. And with looking at the density plot, you can recognize, okay, what is the best test for that? Is it density? Is it chi-square test, or it is ANOVA test? But based on my, as in my class, most of the students are using 2 population with 1 t-test. Okay, so this is for here. When you have this, then you can just discuss, and you can just add the plot figures here. Figure number 1, make sure to add a title for the figure, and then so then after this part, you're gonna go to the discussion. You need to discuss your finding. For example, if you have, for discussing your finding, first of all, who joined us recently? Kaufman? Who is this? Who just, okay, this is, who joined us recently? I can see you, but can you introduce yourself? Hi.
My name is Kristen. Hello.
Okay. Hi, welcome to the class, to the session. So I can see you very well, but you are looking for something there, so hopefully you can see us.
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. And then, okay, I'm going back to the discussion. So for the discussion, first of all, you need to discuss your finding. Your finding is, okay, first of all, your finding is how many observations do you have? The observation is number of n. You can say, okay, for example, I use the data, Minnesota data. This data set include, for example, 150 observations. For acute care, I have 10. For non-acute, I have 140. And the mean for this population is this. The standard deviation is this. And the p-value is this. And then you can go and discuss the p-value and say, okay, is there any significant, because you have to approve your hypothesis, because the first thing in the research is your research question, right? Whenever you introduce your topic, you can have at the very end of the introduction, you will, or at the very end of introduction, or in the first section of the research method, you need to introduce your research question. You can say, okay, I'm going to compare, is there any significant differences between acute care and non-acute care, and then you will discuss on that. And then based on the p-value, you can just conclude that, okay, there is significant difference. Why? Because, for example, if this is the zero, if this is more than less than 0.05, this is significant. If this is more than 0.05, it is not significant. So this is the point for reading that test. And then in the next session, the discussion session, you need to compare your findings with the literature. For example, not a long discussion. I don't expect not more than two paragraph discussion. Maybe one long paragraph, 6-7 lines. And then, okay, say, okay, in my research, I find something like this, but the other research saw this and this. And at the very end, you're gonna go to the conclusion. The conclusion is not more than 3 to 5 lines. Please don't have a very wide discussion on the conclusion. Please don't include everything. Most of the numbers and other things is for the results section, not for conclusion. In conclusion, so write 2 or 3 lines, discuss your main findings, and then do suggest some kind of policy analysis. For example, you are in the position of for example, the health system policymaker. So if you are working, for example, I'm going back to my example, acute and non-acute care. I'm gonna say, okay, for example, the acute care is extremely important because in my knowledge, the acute care, this is the care that it cannot be, the elasticity of that care is not, there's no elasticity into the price. So with even increasing the cost of the treatment, patient cannot be postponed the treatment. So it's very important for the policymaker to pay attention to the acute care in comparison with non-acute care. So this is one policy suggestion. So if you are working with 2 different states and your numbers are different, and in one state is higher and the other state is lower, you can discuss on that. This is kind of example for the for type of writing you need to have for the team assignment. Okay, I see, I put the numbers here, I put this table here. And then make sure to use the list of references in text in the reference list, and make sure to follow the APA. I submitted the feedback for the individual assignments for my class. I put a link there. Also, there's a link here. If you are if you're not in my class, you can follow this link. And this is really very interesting link that give you all the information you need to follow for the APA for the assignment. So this is it for the instructions. So I'm gonna go. I have 10 more minutes for this section. I'm gonna go and look at one of the codes I share with you and give you an example for that. So far, any question for this section till now?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes. Sure.
Okay, this is Armina. So with these codes, I noticed it says for an example, are we supposed to be coming up with additional information to the codes that you provided, or just run the codes that you gave us?
You probably need to modify the code, depends on your topic. For example, I know, what's your topic? Can you give me exactly your topic? Can you give me?
Hold on.
Sure.
Okay, I know I'm using the Medicare national data by county,
Okay.
and I'm sorry, I'm trying to do more than one thing here at a time. I didn't have my topic out.
Okay, this is okay. You know, the reason I ask that because I want to open the same date and the same codes here.
It's the one about the mammogram for women. I think it's 69 to 70, 67.
Okay. I understand. You are working the Medicare national data by county, and you are going to compare the mammogram between black and white or between different states, 2 states at least, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see I have to share again this screen. Can you share this, correct? This is my RStudio. Okay, if you go to that, this is the code in Medicare national data by county. You have the code in the class. I don't know if you have the CSV file of this code or you are working with the class data sets. If you are working the class data set, there is explanation for that. I will discuss on the second session because I like to save more time here. If, for example, you have the data set here, first of all, you need to look at the name of data here. You can see this, correct? And then you are looking for your variables here. You are working. Are you going to compare the between 2 states, or you are comparing the between black and white?
Black and white.
Okay. The black and white, you have 2 variables here, correct? You have the percentage mammogram for white. See that?
Yes.
Percent of mammogram for black. This is 2 variables here.
Okay.
Then you have this data set here. This is the data, correct? This is the example for any of you that you are working with data set or any other data set. You can use, because some of the student has problem with Doppler package, you can go ahead and just work with a mean standard deviation. There is a mean here. This is the name of data because reading this data. This is the mean. And then you just need to copy this line, percentage of mammogram. I can echo my voice. I don't know what the problem is. This is the black. This is the white.
Okay.
Okay, I have to not copy it all. And the same for standard deviation. And the my table, correct? The my table, this is it. To see the numbers, black, white. This is it. So if you run these codes, you can see all the information you need for that. In these lines, give you mean. Okay, this is the problem here. You have to use this remove true. Okay, you have the mean, you have the standard deviation, you have the number. This is 3 line, you need 9239 for the black, 939, 9294. And then you can go and run the t-test. Here, you have the data. I have 5 more minutes, hopefully I can finish this. Data here, and then mammogram black with white. This is the t-test. The result is here, 0.0118. It does mean 0.001 is much less than 0.05. So there's significant differences between black and white. And if you look at the black here is 60%, white 61. So based on this data set, white Medicare patients more likely to receive mammogram than black population. So this is the differences here. And then you can look at the box plots. This is it. Change this. Add your title here.